Hello viewers, good morning to all and happy Monday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ron Grant and you're watching 284 Media out of the beautiful British Virgin Islands in nature's little secrets. September 21st, all across the world is being observed as World Alzheimer's Day, while the entire month of September is observed as World Alzheimer's Month. We here in the BVI continue to do our part in raising awareness and, of course, offering support to families affected by this disease. Now, this World Alzheimer's Month, we are highlighting the importance of talking about dementia as we seek to raise awareness on how it impacts the daily lives of people affected by the condition and challenge the stigma that surrounds it. Now, for anyone, we know that receiving a dementia diagnosis can leave a person feeling very alone. We have also spoken to primary caregivers who feel isolated since their loved ones have received the diagnosis, but you are not alone. Here in the BVI Alzheimer's Association is here to support you. Joining us to cover this very important topic in observance of World Alzheimer's Day is founding director and a member of the BVI Alzheimer's Association, Miss Edna Williams. Miss Williams has over 20 years of experience in nonprofit, and she's a native of St. Kitts and Nevis. Edna, welcome to 284 Media. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today.
Morning. Thank you very much, Ron. Glad to be here on this World Alzheimer's Day.
Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned, today is actually World Alzheimer's Day, the pinnacle of the month of celebrations. Tell us about the BVI Alzheimer's Association. How long have you guys been around, and what exactly caused you to get into creating this association and allegiance in support of persons with Alzheimer's and dementia?
We have been around since approximately 2012. It really started when a Rotarian friend of mine who I sat next to for years said to me, "Girl, you know what they say I have? Alzheimer's." And I immediately told him, "I know," because he kept repeating things. We kept asking the same questions over and over. And those are basically the first signs that you pick up that someone has Alzheimer's. And from that, the Alzheimer's awareness movement began. After that, it was a matter of getting friends, colleagues, other Rotarians involved in the whole movement. So we came together as a group and started the Alzheimer's Awareness Advocate. We've gone through several changes of names to meet our particular current situation.
Wonderful.
In
Now, you mentioned...
2013,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No,
You mentioned some
go ahead.
telltale signs of dementia, some of which you just hinted to, which you're forgetting. Tell us about some more signs of Alzheimer's.
Some more signs of Alzheimer's is getting lost in familiar places. Simple things as being in their own home and not knowing where the bathroom is. Having difficulties with spatial relationships, memory, behavior, and mood changes. Someone who is always outgoing may be becoming depressed. They may start sleeping during the day. So there's a change of behavior that's occurring. Those are just a few of the signs that one needs to look out to. No one sign is a diagnosis or makes a determination that an individual has Alzheimer's, but it's a combination of signs.
Okay.
And it's best to go and get an assessment from a doctor to help you determine whether or not you do have some form of dementia. Now, I want to
Now,
say that dementia is an umbrella term of brain dysfunction. Alzheimer's is just one of the dementias. There is vascular dementia, which can occur from mini strokes, and there's also frontal lobal dementia, which affects the front of the brain, especially when it occurs from injuries and brain damage, such as our motorbike riders.
thank you. That was actually going to lead us to our next question because the data would show not only are there different causes to the brain portion and subsequently causing someone to suffer from dementia, but the age group for which persons are now experiencing symptoms and being diagnosed is quite low, so or quite young rather. So let's talk about some more of the causes of dementia, and then let's get into some of that data and what you know about the age bracket from which persons are now being diagnosed.
Well, the youngest person that we know of is 27 years old. This person is not in the BVI, but through our research, we have found out that this someone 27-year-old has had dementia. Now, in terms of some of the causes, high blood pressure, um, diabetes, high glucose, any lifestyle disease, which we know we have quite a number of it within the BVI, anything that affects the brain that creates a shortage of the blood flow to the brain will affect the brain and can eventually cause dementia. So what we ask people to do is to make some lifestyle changes, eat healthy, um, wear a helmet. I keep saying about the helmet because that is one of my major concern, I should say, because persons who are riding the bikes and having accidents and
Yes.
injuring their head will eventually and potentially have dementia.
Okay, now as we go into, and we just spoke about, some of the causes, I want to touch on some of the misconceptions because believe it or not, like anything else, there are quite a bit of misconceptions, not only locally but across the world as it pertains to dementia and persons who might have been diagnosed with that. So let's clarify, based on your end, what are some misconceptions that you have come across from the general public?
There are a number of them. One of them is that it's old age. It only happens to someone who is 65 and over. No, as I just said, someone younger than as young as 27 has had dementia. What we're throughout the world and even within the BVI, younger persons younger than 65 are developing and being diagnosed with some form of dementia. That is one misconception. A misconception is to hide it and to deny that the fact that the family member has dementia. What we are wanting people to know is that to come out, talk about it, to realize that it's important to share this information with your community, in fact,
Of
because
course.
many times people roam. And what has happened is that people have roamed different times of the night, walking barefooted, and injuries can happen. We have known specifically in the BVI, many persons have gotten lost and have never been found. So this is something of concern for the Alzheimer's Association.
Now, one of the things that I think is paramount to understand is like anything, it takes a village. With some of these telltale signs, and with you clearing those misconceptions up, I thank you so much for that. I think it's important for the general public to understand that, like anything else, this is a disease that affects your entire life, but also it affects the family members. A lot of caregivers would tell us, how difficult it is to, take care of someone and how isolated they feel as it pertains to someone in their family having dementia. One of the things that I find very interesting about the Alzheimer's Association is that not everyone who is a part of the association is directly impacted or know of someone who has Alzheimer's. Many of the persons are part of the association because of a simple interest and wanting to be aware of this situation. Is that safe to say?
Yes, that is very safe to say. In fact, we started out with about 10 persons, and now we're up to over 55 persons. And some of them coming on board basically because they are interested in the cause and they recognize that it is a community. It is an impact on the entire territory, the entire society, and of course, the individual who is caring for that person. So we are about supporting the family, supporting the individual carers, and providing advocacy, education, and awareness. That's the three things that we focus on. And it's great to have persons on the team that's like a psychiatrist, lawyers, business professionals, um, everyday persons who are really interested in the cause. So, yes, not all of
Wonderful.
us have direct relationship.
Now, I want to go back to some of the supportive measures that persons, not only in a family, but maybe colleagues, co-workers, and just average persons in the community. What are some simple things that persons can do to support persons with the disease?
One of the important things that we have going right now is we do have a carers group that's called You Are Not Alone. Prior to COVID-19 that affects everything, it was meeting once a month, and it's family members supporting each other to let them know of certain techniques, skills, activities that they have done in order to support their family. They can also reach out to us and talk with us, and we will talk with them and provide them with some guidance and advice. In addition to that, we have a Facebook page, a very, very active Facebook page that anyone can go on and also gather some information. It's Facebook, VIALZ Aware at facebook.com.
Terrific. Thank you so much. Let's talk about living with the disease. And I know we're going to get to a poem that you have for us that I'm excited to hear. One of the things that I thought about as it pertains to some of the misconceptions that you mentioned is that persons almost feel as though it's a death sentence in a sense where you've been diagnosed and you can no longer work, you can no longer function. Is that the case?
No, that's not necessarily the case. Yes, the end result is death because parts of your brain cells are dying, and it does affect your heart, your ability to eat and breathe. However, during the progression of the disease, the individual can still do certain things. So, as carers, as family members, our goal is to help them do those things that they are capable of doing. If they can get dressed, help them get dressed. Just provide the clothing, allow them to dress themselves. If they can make the tea, just provide the kettle and the cup and the water and allow them to make their tea. Get them involved in the holiday celebration to be part of the family. Keep them involved in the communications, in the conversation that you have. Let them know that they are a person still. They are the one that reared you, that they are not the disease. So that's why our theme is see the person, not the disease. So there is that person that's still there, that person who loved you, who cared for you. Help them help them to live with what they can live with and what they can do at that given point and that given stage of the disease.
You could not have said that better, Edna. We thank you so much, first of all, for the time and effort, and not only that, the continued work of yourself and your colleagues at the BVI Alzheimer's Association. We want to continue to wish you guys the very best and support. We are very continue to support you guys in any way that we can as it pertains to media campaigns. So we want to continue to do that.
Yes.
Before we go, I want you to end with that poem that you have prepared for us.
Yes. The poem is an Alzheimer's request. Do not ask me to remember. Don't try to make me understand. Let me rest and know you're with me. Kiss my cheek and hold my hand. I'm confused beyond your concept. I'm sad and sick and lost. All I know is that I need you to be with me at all cost. Don't lose your patience with me. Do not scold me or curse me or cry. I can't help acting. I can't be different, though I try. Just remember that I need you, that the best of me is gone. Please don't fail to stand beside me, love me till my life is gone.
Just remember, I need you. Thank you so much, Ms. Williams, for stopping by and sharing a lot of knowledge and insight as it pertains to Alzheimer's. And of course, again, viewers, today is being observed as World Alzheimer's Day. However, the entire month of September is being observed as the World Alzheimer's Month. Thank you so much for stopping by. That is not it for us. We have so much more in store for you. Continue to visit our website as we continue to give you daily updates. And my colleagues Jovan and Kyla are going to be coming to you this evening at 6 p.m. with the latest happenings. One of the top stories that we're covering locally is, of course, the reopening of schools and in-class sessions. We have quite a bit of information on that, as well as these stories we're looking at regionally and internationally. For 284 Media, I'm Ron Grant. Happy Monday. Enjoy the rest of your day.